Welcome to Bible Quiz. Get ready for a quick true or false challenge about the birth of Jesus Christ. Hit subscribe and like to support our quizzes. After you're done, share your score in the comments. We love seeing how you do. Ready to test your knowledge? Let's jump right in. Question 1. The prophet Isaiah predicted the birth of Jesus in Bethlehem. Is this fact or fiction? True or false? Think for a short while. Echoing wisdom, the answer is false. See Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14. Isaiah's prophecy does not specify Bethlehem. Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive, and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Question 2. Jesus' birth was celebrated by all in Jerusalem. From your viewpoint, true or false? Consider for 10 seconds. With discernment, the correct response is false. See Matthew chapter 2, verse 3. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. Question 3. Mary and Joseph offered a lamb as a sacrifice after Jesus' birth. Is it credible or not? True or false? Reflect for a brief period. Prophetically speaking, it's false. See Luke chapter 2, verse 24. And to offer a sacrifice according to that which is said in the law of the Lord, a pair of turtle doves or 2 young pigeons. Question 4. The wise men were warned in a dream not to return to King Herod after visiting Jesus. In your judgment, is it true or false? Ponder for a moment. Drawing on our knowledge, the answer is true. See Matthew chapter 2, verse 12. And being warned of God in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed into their own country another way. Question 5. Jesus was born during the reign of King David. Your feeling, true or false? Give it 10 seconds of contemplation. Seeking understanding, we find false. See Matthew chapter 2, verse 1. Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king. Question 6. Joseph was a descendant of King David. Is this believable or not? True or false? Take a moment to decide. Unveiled now, the answer is true. See Matthew chapter 1, verses 6 to 16. And Jesse begot David the king. David the king begot Solomon by her who had been the wife of Uriah. And Jacob begat Joseph the husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus, who is called Christ. Question 7. Mary and Joseph stayed in Bethlehem for 2 years after Jesus' birth. True or false? What's your reaction? Reflect for a short time. In the light of truth, it's false. The Bible does not specify how long they stayed in Bethlehem after Jesus' birth. Question 8. The shepherds visited Jesus immediately after his birth. Your opinion, is it true or false? Think it over briefly. Heartfelt and considered, the answer is true. See Luke, chapter 2, verses 15 and 16. So it was, when the angels had gone away from them into heaven, that the shepherds said to one another, "Let us now go to Bethlehem and see this thing that has come to pass, which the Lord has made known to us." 16. And they came with haste and found Mary and Joseph, and the babe lying in a manger. Question 9. The wise men's visit fulfilled a prophecy in the Old Testament. In your analysis, true or false? Ponder thoughtfully for 10 seconds. On this journey of discovery, it's true. See Psalm, chapter 72, verses 10 and 11. The kings of Tarshish and of the Isles will bring presents. The kings of Sheba and Seba will offer gifts. Yes, all kings shall fall down before him. All nations shall serve him. Question 10. Herod ordered the massacre of children in Bethlehem after Jesus' birth. Your perspective, true or false? Allow a brief moment for reflection. With wisdom guiding us, the answer is true. See Matthew, chapter 2, verse 16. Then Herod, when he saw that he was deceived by the wise men, was exceedingly angry, and he sent forth and put to death all the male children who were in Bethlehem and in all its districts, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had determined from the wise men. Question 11. An angel visited Joseph in a dream to tell him about Jesus' birth. And now, what do you believe, true or false? Take 10 seconds to think. The correct answer is true. See Matthew, chapter 1, verse 20. But while he thought on these things, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a dream, saying, Joseph, thou son of David, fear not to take unto thee Mary thy wife, for that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Ghost. Question 12. Mary and Joseph fled to Egypt immediately after Jesus' birth. Consider carefully, is it true or false? You have 10 seconds. What we're looking for is false. See Matthew, chapter 2, verses 13 to 14. Now when they had departed, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise, take the young child and his mother, flee to Egypt, and stay there until I bring you word, for Herod will seek the young child to destroy him. When he arose, He took the young child and his mother by night and departed for Egypt. They fled to Egypt after the wise men's visit, not immediately after the birth. Question 13. The shepherds were the first to worship Jesus. What's your verdict? True or false? Reflect for 10 seconds. The definitive answer is false. The statement can be seen as a reasonable interpretation of the text, but it's important to note that it's not a direct description from the biblical text. Therefore, we consider the statement as false. Luke chapter 2 verses 15 to 20 narrates that after the announcement of the angels, the shepherds hurriedly went to Bethlehem to see the child, and after finding him, they spread the news about what had been told to them regarding him. Everyone who heard this marveled, and the shepherds returned glorifying and praising God. Question 14. The angel Gabriel appeared to both Mary and Joseph. What are your thoughts? True or false? Ponder for a moment. And so, the answer is false. See Luke chapter 1, verses 26 to 28. Gabriel appeared to Mary, but the Bible does not specify the name of the angel who appeared to Joseph. Question 15. Jesus was born in a house. Do you agree or disagree? True or false? Take a brief moment to think. The reveal shows us false. See Luke chapter 2, verse 7. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. Question 16. The wise men visited Jesus on the night of his birth. Your intuition, true or false? Please take 10 seconds to decide. The verdict is clear. It's false. See Matthew chapter 2, verse 11. The wise men did not visit Jesus on the night of his birth. According to the Gospel of Matthew, their visit occurred sometime after Jesus was born, as indicated by their arrival in Bethlehem following a journey and finding Jesus with Mary in a house, not a stable. Question 17. Jesus was the firstborn son of Mary. Is this statement true or false in your opinion? Contemplate for 10 seconds. The appropriate response is true. See Luke chapter 2, verse 7. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. Question 18. The Star of Bethlehem stopped over the manger where Jesus was born. What's your perspective? True or false? You have a moment to think. The awaited answer is false. See Matthew chapter 2, verse 9. And, lo, the star, which they saw in the east, went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was. By the time the wise men arrived, it is implied that Mary, Joseph, and Jesus were no longer in the stable with the manger, but in a house. Matthew, chapter 2, verse 11 states, "And when they had come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary, his mother, and fell down and worshipped him." Therefore, while the star guided the wise men to Jesus, it is not described as stopping over a manger, but rather over the place where Jesus was, which is indicated to be a house. Question 19. Herod believed the wise men would return to tell him about Jesus. Do you concur? True or false? Take a short while to reflect. As it turns out, the answer is true. See Matthew chapter 2, verse 8. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, Go and search diligently for the young child, and when ye have found him, bring me word again, that I may come and worship him also. Question 20. Mary was accompanied by her relatives to Bethlehem. Your judgment, true or false? Give it 10 seconds of thought. Indeed, the answer is false. The Bible does not mention Mary being accompanied by relatives to Bethlehem. Question 21. Jesus' birth was celebrated with a large feast in Bethlehem. What does your insight say? True or false? Think for 10 seconds. Unveiling the answer, it is false. The Bible does not mention a feast in Bethlehem for Jesus' birth. Question 22. The Star of Bethlehem appeared only to the wise men. Would you say true or false? Let's take 10 seconds to consider. The accurate answer is false. The Bible does not specify that the star appeared only to the wise men. Question 23. The angel who announced Jesus' birth to the shepherds sang a song. How do you see it? True or false? A moment for your thoughts. Shedding light. The answer is false. See Luke chapter 2, verse 10. There's no mention of singing. And the angel said unto them, Fear not. For behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. Question 24. Mary was from the town of Bethlehem. What's your discernment, true or false? Reflect briefly. The precise answer is false. See Luke chapter 1, verses 26 to 27. Mary was from Nazareth. Now in the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent by God to a city of Galilee named Nazareth, to a virgin betrothed to a man whose name was Joseph, of the house of David. The virgin's name was Mary. Question 25. The shepherds spread the news of Jesus' birth throughout the land. In your view, is it true or false? Take a moment to ponder. Factually, the answer is true. See Luke chapter 2, verse 17. Now, when they had seen him, they made widely known the saying which was told them concerning this child. Question 26. A census ordered by Caesar Augustus was the reason Mary and Joseph went to Bethlehem. Is it factual or not? True or false? Think it over for 10 seconds. Upon reflection, the answer is true. See Luke chapter 2, verse 1. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. Question 27. Joseph was a priest. Your interpretation, true or false? Allow yourself 10 seconds to decide. The solution to this puzzle is false. See Matthew chapter 13, verse 55. Is not this the carpenter's son? Joseph is described as a carpenter, not a priest. Question 28. King Herod visited Jesus shortly after his birth. Do you find it true or false? Reflect thoughtfully for a moment. The much-anticipated answer is false. See Matthew chapter 2, verse 16. There's no record of Herod visiting Jesus. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth. Question 29. The Star of Bethlehem was a comet. What's your conclusion? True or false? Take a brief pause to think. In essence, the answer is false. The Bible does not specify the nature of the star. Question 30. Mary and Joseph were turned away by several innkeepers in Bethlehem. True or false, according to your understanding? Reflect for 10 seconds. Conclusively, the answer is false. See Luke chapter 2, verse 7. And she brought forth her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling cloths, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. The Bible simply states there was no room for them in the inn, without mentioning multiple innkeepers. That wraps up our true or false Bible quiz on the birth of Jesus Christ here at Bible Quiz. We hope you had fun and learned something new. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more biblical quizzes. And of course, drop your score in the comments. We're eager to see how you did. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your Bible knowledge sharp.